Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. I am Stacy.
And I am Ray.
And we are
the Lovebirds.
All right. And so tonight we are so glad to see everyone. We are glad to be here on this Memorial Day weekend in Connecticut. We know that it is a rainy one. It was washed out for many people and their activities, but nonetheless, we are still here with you. So grab a friend, grab something to drink, grab your spouse. If you have a couple that you would like to join in with us on tonight, please get them. Please get them. Get them. Get them. We are here. We are asking that you. Good evening, Missionary Addison. Good evening, Samantha. We are so glad to have you here. And excuse the minor technical difficulties. Our Cox cable doesn't want to work with us too well, but it's all right. Nevertheless, we are here and ready to move forward.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Here he goes. Here he goes. He is so he don't know what to do with himself because he's been stuck in the house like for 3 days due to the rain. So listen, he doesn't know what to really do with himself.
Because I've been stuck in the house with the one I love. And I got to see her face 24/7.
Oh, Lord, what am I going to do with him?
And I'm just giddy on love.
Listen, I'm telling you, and they say love still matters after the vows. It really does matter. It really does matter. But I thank God for my husband. I thank God for the fun times. I thank God for the entertainment and just having all of my friends, family, and viewers here. So tonight, we are going to talk about boundaries. We want to talk about boundaries, and we want to hear from each and every one of you. We want to talk about boundaries, and I'm ready. I'm ready. So as I often say, hey, buckle up. Let's talk about it. So let's talk.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about boundaries?
Boundaries they're good.
They're good.
They have a place in any and every relationship.
Hmm.
The thing is, most people don't make clear what the boundaries are.
Okay, well, so let's talk about it. A few boundaries. My first boundary is, do you think that a woman should go into a man's wallet? Do you think that a wife should be able to go into her husband's wallet? And do you think that the husband should be able to go into the wife's purse? What does our audience say about those things on tonight? I'm trying to make sure that I can see these comments on here tonight because I want you all to not be spectators, but to be participators. I really want to hear your thoughts and how you feel about this on tonight. Okay. And so if you would be so kind to share your thoughts and your feelings, I personally do not go into my husband's wallet. I think that his personal belongings are personal to him, even though we are married. Now, are there times where I may need to go into his wallet in the exception of an emergency? I believe that maybe I would go into his wallet. I think that I agree with you, Samantha. I think he should ask first out of respect. Thank you so much, Samantha, for that. I would also ask out of respect. Okay. And so do you want to share your thoughts on if a man should go into a woman's purse?
Well, like I said, it depends. If they have an agreement that, yeah, you can go in my wallet without asking, I go in your purse without asking, that's fine. But like I said, it's a matter of understanding each other. Okay. You know how I am about going in your purse. I never go in my wife's purse. If she says, Ray, go in my purse and get X, Y, and Z, go get my phone, I'm bringing her the whole purse.
I know. He carries it like it's like contaminated or something.
Listen, it ain't my purse. I don't want to run across something that I shouldn't run across and get the wrong impression. Not to say that she's doing anything wrong, but I don't want to get the wrong impression about anything. So I bring her purse and let her get what she wants out of it. And vice versa. If she wants something out of my wallet, like my credit card, I used to go and I hand her the card.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And so we have Susan Barlow, good evening. We have Pastor Timothy Green, good evening. And so Susan says, absolutely not, unless you are asked to retrieve something or in case of an emergency. Thank you so much, Susan. I agree with that. However, some people take it upon themselves to go into other people's possessions. Right. And so Samantha, thank you. Your Samantha's comment is, as a child, we were raised not to go into our mother's purse. That was an automatic no. That's an automatic no for most women, right? It's an automatic no for most men too. And I think just because we are a couple, we need to respect each other's boundaries. Okay. And so I just want to talk about that tonight. I wanted to just get into a little bit about boundaries, because just because we're married doesn't give us the right to invade somebody's space. Even though you are married, there's still boundaries.
Keyword, space.
Right.
Space.
There's still boundaries. And what I find with boundaries, people think that, hey, I got papers on him, it gives me a right to be able to do whatever I want. No, it does not give you a right to be able to do whatever you want because you have papers. And this is a lot of the issues that come in a lot of marriages, because people are not respectful of boundaries.
And let's make this clear. Even though you're married, there's still boundaries of respect that have to be established and talked about. Don't take it as a given, because I'm married to you now, and I got a certificate that says you are mine and you are mine, and we could do whatever we want to each other. No. Just like no man has the right to put his hand on a woman. And a woman has no right to put her hand on a man.
Right.
If you don't want to get hit, don't hit him and he won't hit you. It's a thing called RESPECT. Find out what it means to him. RESPECT.
He needs to get out of the house, everybody. He needs to get out of the house. He has, what do you call it when you've been cabin fever? Yeah, he truly has cabin fever on tonight. Again, I apologize for the internet if it is acting up. Cox has been working on this for 3 weeks, so we're trying to get this situated. But I want to talk about cell phones. Let's talk about cell phones. Do you think that it's okay for the opposite sex, I'm just going to say that, or your partner or your wife, to go into your cell phone and read messages while you're present, while you're away, or while you're sleeping? Let's hear the audience view. So yes, Samantha, this is going to be good. We're going to get into it. And I believe we're going to be talking about this probably next week too, because there's a lot of boundaries that people take for granted. Right. And so we're going to get all into it. And I want to hear from our audience. Good evening, Mother Harris. My mom is on. Good evening. And so I just wanted to really talk about the cell phone, because I know that cell phones is a deal breaker for most people.
It's infamous for marital spats or fights, going in somebody else's cell phone.
So I don't have any problems with my husband looking at my cell phone or reading my cell phone or looking at cell phone messages. I don't have a problem with that, but he doesn't do it. Okay, he doesn't do it. My husband is not the most technical savvy person going, and so he will ask me to help him with his phone. I'll tell him to log in. We do have each other passwords. Now, there's some couples that don't share passwords. Does it mean that they're cheating? Let's talk about it. What do you think out there? Love still matter after the vow viewers. If someone's husband does not allow them to go into their cell phone,
or significant other,
or partner, allow you to go into your cell phone, for you, is that a red flag? For you, is that they're cheating? For you, is that they're hiding anything? For you, is it something going on that may be suspicious because you don't have their password? We exchange passwords. We have all of each other's passwords. My thumbprint is in his iPhone. his fingerprint is in my Samsung S20. So we don't have any issues as far as boundaries goes with our cell phones. Okay, so I'm not seeing too many. Replies about this. So I think that people should be allotted their personal space, right? And just because you have a cell phone and you don't let your wife see it, doesn't mean that you're cheating. It just means that that's your personal phone and that you may want to protect your phone. It's your privacy and your boundaries. And so, therefore, I'm not cheating, but I just don't want you in my phone.
Listen,
right?
Yeah. My dear grandmother used to always say, if you go looking for something, you're bound to find it. And it may not be what you was really looking for. And what I'm saying is sometimes when we go into other people's areas of privacy, that the most innocent thing can be misconstrued to look like something else. Comments that are made can be misconstrued because you don't understand the whole context. So boundaries are important from that point. Can I get a little feedback?
Yeah, we have some viewers. Missionary Addis is saying, I don't mind my husband going into my cell phone, but he must ask me first. Exactly. I don't mind. And thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much, Missionary, for sharing that. And so I know maybe there's something. Okay, everybody has like note sections in their phone, right? And so we use our phone for everything nowadays. We use our phone to be our quick journal book. We use our phone to be to set appointments. We use our phone for our records. We use our phone for just about everything these days. And so maybe I'm setting up a surprise for my husband that I don't want to see in my phone. Maybe I'm planning a party or planning to get in touch with someone, and that's in my phone. It's important for me that he trusts me. Okay. So for the people who say, oh, no, I'm going to have his password. I'm going to have it and I'm going to go in that phone. Well, guess what? You have some trust issues. There's some trust issues with you. Okay. Because you should be able to trust your spouse, right? Until he gives you a reason not to. I'm not saying that he hasn't, but I'm just sharing. Okay. We're going off of personal boundaries, off of personal respect, off of personal space.
I've seen it so many times where couples would look at somebody else's phone without their permission and read the thing and say, hey, why is this person saying this, saying that? First of all, if you're not privy to the conversation, you don't know the totality of the conversation and what it entails. What you see and what you've read is your interpretation of something that probably isn't even true. And that lets me know that there's some problems already in the relationship.
Okay. Let's talk about, so while we are on cell phones, and many of you are here on Facebook, watching us Facebook Live, YouTube. Let's talk about DMs. Right? Let's talk about DM, direct messages, inbox. Honey, that's when somebody messages you in your messenger.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about DM, direct messaging, and let's talk about inbox messages.
Don't be laughing because she had to tell me what it was.
It's okay. He's not technical savvy there. Do you feel that men should be messaging married women? Okay. Do you feel that married men should be messaging the women or women messaging the men? Okay. And if somebody is being inappropriately by messaging you, do you have your spouse address it? Or do you address it? How do you handle those things? How would you handle them? I would say for us, and Okay, thank you, Samantha. Samantha's saying that it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. We need some feedback here, people. And so Samantha's saying that it's inappropriate for a married man to message a single woman. Okay, so a lot of times what's happening on the DM is that, thank you, Susan. Susan saying it's inappropriate. A lot of times what's happening on the DM is that these men are trying to pick up your woman. They're trying to pick up your woman. All right.
Let me stop you right there. I hate to disagree with that.
Okay. Well,
don't categorize most men like that. There's some out there that are doing that. There are some doing that. But paint this broad brush and say that all of them are doing it, or the majority. Some men that are honest and faithful and ain't got nothing to hide. And they will say, Mary Beth texts me from the job, and she texts me because of X, Y, and Z. So in case you see it on my phone, that's who it is.
I think that if they need to text you, they shouldn't be texting you through your DM. I think that it's personal. I think that it can be misleading, and I think that it should not be happening. Now, let me just say, we are in ministry, okay? And a lot of times people will request us to pray for them, or we're replying to a message, or we're communicating with someone, and we are not trying to be deceitful or anything of that nature. But let me just say, I'm a pastor. Listen, I don't have some pastors hit me up in my inbox, and they weren't talking about ministry. All right. I'm just going to keep it honest. They were not talking about ministry. I had to address them. I had to call them out. I had to tell them to stop it. And if they did not stop it, I would screenshot it and I would put it on my Facebook wall for everybody to see. Okay. And then I showed my husband. I shared it with my husband. I wasn't being secretive or anything of that nature, because I don't have anything to hide. I don't. My life is an open book. I don't have anything to hide from my husband. He knows everything about me. He knows everything about me. And so thank you, Susan. Many arguments over this subject. You are absolutely right, because people use direct messaging. If you have my cell phone, then guess what? Hit me up on my phone. Give me a call. Why not hit up my husband? Why are you hitting me up? Okay. Why are you hitting a personal messenger unless it's an emergency, right? Unless it's an emergency, because people, let me tell you, people try to be very crafty. Okay. They try to be very crafty. So, when this happened to me, I had a bishop in my inbox at 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, why are you messaging me at 2:00 in the morning? And your conversation is starting out, hey, beautiful. I'm so sorry. Did you mean to speak to my husband? Because I can let you speak to my husband. Maybe you had the wrong inbox, but I'm sure you didn't have the wrong inbox message when you started out with, hey, beautiful. Okay. So this is how people are very, I use the word crafty, because they try to trip you up, right? They try to see if you are going to fall into the line of their temptation. Don't be fooled by it. Don't be fooled by it. Be careful. Be careful. This, as Susan said, this is the cause of many, many arguments in marriages. And this is the cause of many breakups behind people direct messaging one another through their inbox. Now, listen, if somebody direct messages my husband, it's not my job for me to jump on his page and be like, listen, don't be messaging my husband. Don't be sending him messages. No, he knows what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, and he needs to address it. Now, if it continues after he addresses it, then yes, Mrs. Birdsong would be on the case. But I'm going to give him an opportunity to straighten that out. Can I hear from my viewers? Do you want to, do exactly say, Susan says, save your good mornings for your wife. I agree with it. It's the pettiness behind the direct message in the messenger. Okay. And so again, husband and wives, do you share passwords for Facebook? Do you share passwords for Instagram? Do you share passwords for Snapchat? Do you share passwords? Do you share passwords, period? I want to hear about it. And so I just wanted, you know what? It's so crazy because we actually weren't going to come on tonight. Because it was Memorial Day, we wanted to give people opportunity to spend time with their families, and the Lord placed this in our hearts. I brought it to Him about boundaries. Listen, save your marriage. Save your marriage by being honest.
Not just your marriage, but save yourself some heartache. Because as I said earlier, sometimes if you go looking for something, you're bound to find it. And it ain't what you think it is.
I agree.
And so let me say this, as a man of the clergy, the word of God says this: what goes on in the darkness will come to the light. What's whispered in the ear will be shouted from the rooftops. In other words, sooner or later, it's going to be exposed. It's going to be exposed. No matter, you can't hide stuff, but for so long before the truth comes out about what's going on. So it's better to set the boundaries in the beginning, have this conversation, what you will and won't be willing to do, so you won't be caught unaware.
Thank you so much. So we have Demita saying, we don't share passwords. I've never thought about it, but I'm open to it. I'm like you, I'm an open book. And some people haven't really thought about sharing passwords. And I'm just bringing this to the light tonight. We have Paula who says we share passwords. It keeps the peace. Well, for some people, it does keep the peace. For some people, Paula, it does not keep the peace. It is a flame of fire for them. And so I just say, even in my marriage enrichment 101, I often say, listen, go and sharing passwords, right? Go and sharing passwords, because listen, if we get into a fight about sharing passwords, or we get into a fight about me not being able to look in your phone, automatically for the woman, right, the red flag is going up. Right? The red flag, let's be honest, the red flag is going up. Well, what is it that you have to hide? What is it that you don't want me to see? What is it that you're keeping from me? It's not necessarily that we share passwords. I don't go in his phone. I don't go in his phone. He doesn't go in my phone. He doesn't go in my purse. He doesn't go in my wallet. And so therefore, same thing with my parents. My dad never, ever went in my mom's wallet. My mom never went into his wallet. It's a funny thing. When my dad got sick and he was at the hospital, you know, they give you your personal belongings to bring home. And he's like to my mom, here's your wallet. She's like, give it to your daughter. I was the one who was the keeper of his wallet. My mom, even when he was sick, my mom did not go in his wallet. I was the keeper of his wallet. Matter of fact, I have his wallet now. My dad's been gone, passed away since 2010. My mom was like, take his wallet with you. Take his wallet with you. And so I have my dad's wallet. I have the possession of my dad's wallet. And so I just wanted to really bring up boundaries and cause people to think, right? Because social media has destroyed so many relationships, right? It's destroyed so many relationships. Now, here's one more thing that I want to talk about, because we're approaching in the 9 o'clock hour. I have 5 more minutes, but we're going to get back into this next week. Listen, if a man hearts a woman's picture on Facebook, does that mean that he's being unfaithful? I need to hear from our viewers. Does that mean he's being unfaithful? Because I've seen an Instagram post, I believe, that said, girl, if he liking all your pictures, he liking you. I mean, is that true? I mean, I don't see it that way. I just don't see it that way. And maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. So this is what I want to hear. Okay, so my mom says yes. I wish I could bring her on here. I'm gonna have to have Mother Eris come back. So she's saying that if a single man is liking all your pictures, then does that mean he doesn't like it? Okay, so we got some more. We have Demita says, I don't think so. Okay, Samantha saying, I don't think it means anything. We have Stacy who's saying no. But let me ask you a question. If it's your husband liking all these women pictures, how are you gonna feel? If you see that your husband has liked an individual's pictures more than 20 times, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? I mean, personally, me, I don't care. Because listen, I always tell you, it's a package deal. He want to go. He got a whole crew that he has to bring with him. Me, the kids, we all going together. He says the same thing. If I go, it's a package deal. We all going together. So listen, he could like all the pictures he wants. He could like all the pictures he wants. I'm the type of person, we could be walking in the mall and somebody may catch his eyes. It's okay to window shop long as you don't go spend the money.
Woo! That's my slogan.
Right? Stop being jealous.
As long as you don't buy nothing, you can window shop, but don't buy nothing.
Right? My mother always says, don't want nothing. Nobody not gonna look at. It's okay to look, long as you don't. It's okay to window shop, long as you don't go shopping.
And here's my perspective as a man. Yes, from time to time, I will look at another woman. But you know what that's like? You know what that is to me? That's like me saying, she looks good. What I got looks good. But I understand mine is better. See, we get into our feelings. And don't let it be a younger girl. Don't let it be a younger girl. Because now y'all thinking, oh, he just wants something young, fast, and easy.
I'm sorry to be laughing. I'm reading these comments. Go ahead, honey. I'm going to read some of them in a minute.
But it ain't always like that. Because, see, it's like, y'all ain't going to like this comparison, but it's like comparing cars. It's comparing cars. You might see a real nice, men like fast cars, Corvettes, Mustangs, and they look nice. But if he ain't got one, don't worry about it. Because guess what? He know he got this Ford, and that Ford is going to get the job done. That's why he got the Ford. That's why he ain't got the Corvette.
All right. So we have some comments here about I have my little protege there, Stacy. She's saying she's going to be mad as hell. Stacy, we're going to talk about that some more. Listen, we have Demita saying she's like, oh, no, I'm not going to be liking all of them. Missionary saying it depends on the circumstances. Samantha saying I would have to address it with him liking all these pictures. Yasmin is saying if you don't want people to like your pictures, don't post them. Right? So Yasmin, it's not about you posting your picture. It's about somebody's husband liking your picture that's posted. That's the question there. We are. Let's see. We have one more. We can look, but I don't want to see any hearts on other women's pictures. Okay, so we have a split thing here. We have a split thing here. Some women don't want to see their husbands liking anybody's hearts on their pictures. Okay, for them that's an issue. All right, that's an issue. And so I'm glad that we are talking about these things because listen, let me tell you something. You got women who are spiteful and will come like your man's picture just to like your man's picture to get under your skin. Listen, they could like all his pictures. They could like them every single day. I don't care if they like his pictures. Guess what, girl? I like the picture too, but I got the product. So I don't care if you're liking the picture. It doesn't. He's telling stories. It does not matter. It does not matter to me. It really doesn't matter. But for some, it may be a deal breaker. Trust me. I've sat in enrichments 101 with people, and they have gone head to head about liking pictures. They have gone head to head about cell phone passwords. They have gone head to head about him taking a glimpse at somebody who's walking by. Listen, I'm not blind. I'm not like Stevie Wonder. Listen, if he walks by and he kind of cute, I'ma look. Does that mean I sin? I want him because I looked? Listen. All those holier than thou people, listen, don't answer no questions because I know you look too. Listen, so I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. We all look. We all look. People have actresses and actors that they like, that they think are cute. My husband knows I love me some Ralph Angel on Queen Sugar, right? I mean, he's a cute little brother. I mean, he is that I want to be with him. He's just a handsome guy, right? And so, thank you, Demita. Demita is saying it's a two-way street. Men like our pictures as well. I mean, married women like men's pictures, and I agree. It's a two-way street. Demi, I was asking that question for both directions. It's for both directions. All of my questions are for both directions, and so I appreciate all of your feedback tonight. This was really good. This is really good. I'm going to figure out how I can start having people to come on. That's going to be my thing for June. I love the conversation that you guys are on tonight. I loved the dialogue going back and forth with everyone. I think that we're going to continue to talk about this next week, because next week I want to talk about do you have his ATM password? Do you have his ATM password? Do you have single accounts, or do you have joint accounts? And how are you handling that? So we are going to get into it, and we are going to talk about it. Before we get to go, if you celebrate an anniversary, we want to begin to shout you out for your anniversary and how many years that you have been married. We also are starting to come out with couples t-shirts, and we will randomly be selecting someone during their anniversary to wear a set of our t-shirts from Custom Tees from the Bird's Nest and more. We just want to honor you. Really do. We want to honor you. We want to honor your love. We want to honor your commitment. We want to honor your dedication. We want to honor what you mean to one another. So if you are having an anniversary, hey, you know, on my page that we are celebrating an anniversary this week, and we're celebrating 15 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25, 30, 40, 50 years. God bless you. Amen. I cannot wait. So if you please message us and let us know. We would like to shout you out. I know that Pastor Angela, and I cannot even think straight right now.
They're celebrating
23 years.
Their 23rd anniversary.
Yes, I'm trying to think of her husband's name. But Pastor Angela, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary to Fletcher and Alzira Pitts. We married them. Happy anniversary. Let me just share one more thing about Fletcher and Alzira. I love them. I love everything about them. I love them. And listen, our marriage counseling was up, down, and around the way. But let me tell you something. Every single year, they do something for their anniversary to celebrate. Just about every year they go somewhere. They do something special. They do something fun. And I love to see the love that is shared between Fletcher and Alzira. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. And so if you are sharing an anniversary next week or next month, please let us know. And we may have something special for you to celebrate and commemorate your anniversary. Listen, tune in next week. Tell a friend, tell a couple, tell a single person, whoever's on their journey to love.
Tell your enemy.
Tell your enemy, he said. All right, now tell your enemy. Tell everyone, tune in. Amen. Tune in. We are definitely taking this to the next level, as in June. We will begin to have people to come on, but also we will begin to go with our couples cam as it's going to start getting lighter, longer outside. We will be dropping by ice cream shops, restaurants, and interviewing married couples right there on the spot on Sunday nights. So anything is possible with us on Love Still Matters after the vows. Continue to tune in with us, and we look forward to seeing you next week, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook and YouTube Live. God bless and have a blessed night.
Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of the holiday. In peace.
Oh, Lord, y'all pray. He need to get out the house. God bless y'all. Good night.